This is the Troll Patrol, live with Justin Freakin.
Welcome to the Troll Patrol Live. It's a freaking Wednesday. Here I was thinking we'd have to do this stupid budget bill that's going through the house. I turn it on it's supposed to be going on right now. They're supposed to be trying to pass it right now. Mike Johnson says he is going to push it through tonight. However, I turned on the stream here and they're at the same spot debating the same amendment that they were 4 hours, not debating, voting on. The same amendment, they were voting on this 4 hours ago. So what they're doing is they're holding open the vote. Yes, it's the Fox Amendment from North Carolina, Virginia Fox. The amendment to agree on the amendment. Literally what it's called. But they are holding it open because they don't have the votes. So I was hoping there would actually be shit going on the floor that we were going to have to watch. I guess wishful thinking on my part. We'll have to get caught up on what is going on with the big, beautiful... Oh, I'm sorry. It's called The Act now. The Act. No freedom for Diddy. Diddy denied bond. We'll probably get to that. We'll get to the Koberger hearing that was held earlier today. Flash, Warlord, clinically, welcome in. Good evening, friends. Here's a cat. You want a cat? He just hopped on the table next to me. Bobby, look at him. Look at him. Look at the people. The people want to see your pretty face. Bubby. Ducky. Holiday. Boeing? There was a plane crash. I thought it was in New Jersey or Pennsylvania or something. Did something happen in North Carolina? Yeah, unfortunately, I thought he was getting convicted on the sex trafficking charges. He did not. He got convicted on the lesser charges. Probably less, clinically, probably less. Time served, there's always the possibility that he gets a Trump pardon. So, Diddy done got off, I guess. So you mean there was another incident besides the plane crash that happened in... it was a northeastern state. I want to say New Jersey. I've been busy today. I don't have any idea what that news be doing. I had shit to do. Well, fuck Boeing, first of all. Hate that company. Hate that we have basically subsidized their existence for its entirety.
You're Willie Nelson
shit.
high. You're smoking some of the best dope God ever put breath in.
I wanted to unveil that at a opportune time. Not just have it pop up without my consent. You liked that, didn't you? You liked that.
You're Willie Nelson high. You're smoking some of the best dope God ever put breath in. Been making money moves today. Okay, yeah. That's the... It was hard to decide on a meme of the day today. Know the work rules. Heil Hitler? Perfectly appropriate. Free Palestine. Hello, ICE. At least this is the way the ADL sees it. I guess let's go ahead and go to the House floor. Let's get this over with. We don't even have the ambient noise. Look at all the people in the well there. Just bored to tears. I don't even see a representative on the floor.
Jesus. Axios have live updates. That's what I'm looking for. Okay, we'll go Al Jazeera. We'll go Al Jazeera here with our live updates. It would be funny if it wasn't so sad. You are exactly right, clinically. I hate it here. It's Capitol. Capitol did this. Smokey, god damn it. Like, you guys would think, from the way you see Smokey behave, that this cat is in my lap constantly. No. I get off this stream, I go over to my recliner, I'm like laying back, smoking a bowl, chilling. I'm like, Smokey, come here. He ignores me. You don't want to be anywhere near me. The only time he wants to be in my lap is when I am sitting at this desk, when I am doing work, or I am doing a stream. Ain't that right, buddy? He's not going to get screwed by them, though, Flash. He's not going to get screwed by them. They're eventually going to cave. The United States House of Representatives is expected to vote on President Trump's signature piece of legislation, a policy and budget document informally called the One Big Beautiful Bill. The bill, however, faces opposition within Trump's Republican Party, where members have voiced concerns about the trillions it is likely to add to the national debt and cuts to social safety net programs like Medicaid. Oh, apparently Trump has claimed a final Gaza ceasefire. Had no idea about this. However, Israel and Hamas both say, no, that ain't happening. Apparently, Hamas says it's received and studying it. The Trump administration helped broker a ceasefire shortly after taking office in January, but the agreement collapsed in March of last year when Israel renewed its military operation. Was there ever really a ceasefire? It felt like they were violating it within minutes of it going into effect. I was here. I watched it. The House remains in limbo over Trump's One Big Beautiful Bill. The House of Representatives remains stalled over whether to pass President Trump's One Big Beautiful Bill, a collection of budget and policy priorities. Some of the images from today's event, that's Hakeem Jeffries with Democrats outside of the House. Of course, we called Jeffries last night, gave him a piece of our mind. This is House Freedom Caucus Chair Andy Harris. Apparently, he's one of the holdouts. Bringing in pizza. Pizzas are delivered to the office of Speaker of the House, Mike Johnson, as he works to get Republicans on board. Flash, you're good at that kind of stuff. I can't get the right. I mean, my entire online existence was like, oh, I saw how the right wing plays left wingers, right? They'll say something outrageous, and then left wingers will come in and boost their posts. I'm guilty of it. I troll the shit out of them. I'm trying to get right wingers to do that for me. It don't work. They're cloistered in their own media ecosystems. They fucking fuck. Who did that? All right, Ducky. All right, I'll let you slide. I try to get right wingers to do the same thing with me. Nope, does not work. It's you post something that's wrong on the internet and then everybody corrects you and it boosts you. Flash, that's why you got to help me with the Chud Whisperer thing. Now, you would think Trump truthing about me would get the right-wingers riled up, but not really. Can you believe it? A total failure on YouTube. Real loser. Saying he's going to tattoo MS-13 on his knuckles just to get attention. Sad. The so-called political commentator who, by the way, hates America and really hates your favorite president, me, is now pretending to be a gang member. You can't make this stuff up. This clown wants an all-expenses-paid vacation to Seacott, the toughest prison you've ever seen, by the way. We'll make it happen. No problem. We've got everything we need to prosecute this self-declared thug and send him far, far away. We're not playing games anymore. Why would anyone proudly say they're MS-13? You'd have to be completely out of your mind or desperate for clicks. Probably both. This failed comedian goes by the name JustinFREAKIN. What a name, folks. Is about to find out that under my leadership, we are a nation of law and order. And gang members, we deal with them very quickly, very strongly. Believe me, it's not going to end well for him. I don't know. You guys are telling me it looks fake. Bad Photoshop. Sports cards, thank you for your attention to this matter. Listen. I told Curiouser I was going to do this a week ago, 2 weeks ago. And she didn't know if it was real or not. Okay, so I wrote my version of this the first time, and I was proud of it. I thought it sounded really Trumpy. And then I ran it through ChatGPT, and it gave me this, and I'm like, that's way better. That's really good. Yeah, it would have been funny if I put 420, wouldn't it? Now, you might want to know where this came from. In order to get this test, I'm just letting the cat out of the bag, telling all my tricks. I tried to just, take one of his tweets and blank it out and type it in. Doesn't work. So in order to get this, I actually went to my Truth Social account and truthed out that comment. So what you're seeing is this is actually my truth, which was sent at 3:01 a.m. in the morning, and then I stuck Trump's header on it. Learn something every day. Rightos, welcome in. But now you guys are here with me. You guys are the loyalists. When I do this tomorrow and I unveil the new send me to, I was gonna say C-Cop, but now it's whatever truth I stole the top off of, that's how many retruths and likes it had. So that's whatever last fucking truth he had sent out. Ah, God damn it. I guess I could. I guess I'll update it. You guys, you gotta make it 420. It's your brand. I love you guys so much. So when I do this tomorrow and I unveil the new, I was gonna use send me to Seacott, but I guess now I'll use alligator Alcatraz. Send me to alligator Alcatraz, you fucking fascists. When I unveil that and we do this whole thing tomorrow night, I'm gonna act like it was real. So yeah, Libertad thought it was real. Well, 50-50. Libertad told me it was 50-50. Once again, sorry for being a little short with you when you first messaged me. I get so many people that was like, have you ever thought about hiring a graphic designer to get more views on your channel? That's what I thought you were. But that was fake news. So as I said, they've been holding this vote open for hours. I feel like I had a clip about it. I didn't prepare. I've been busy today. I'm sorry. I feel like I have a clip about them holding up open votes. Here we go. Yes, it's Representative Joe Neguse on the floor earlier today talking about how the Republicans continue to hold open votes. It's apparently against the House rules. Anonymously, welcome in. This is Representative Joe Neguse from earlier today.
My understanding is that Republican leadership has issued a notice to their members that they aren't required to be on the floor, essentially an informal adjournment, notwithstanding that this amendment vote is pending. Is it appropriate under the rules of procedure, Jefferson's manual, to
Did Billy Baldwin kill somebody?
while simultaneously declaring to members that they're free to leave?
Say what? What the chair would say to the gentleman from Colorado is that the under Clause 9 of Rule 20, the underlined minimum time for voting is 5 minutes on this vote. This vote remains open. So the minimum time is 5 minutes, and there's not a maximum time.
Apparently not a maximum time.
This chair's knowledge, is there a requirement that during the vote that the members remain on the floor? As the gentleman from Colorado would surely know, it is customary for members to vote in the middle of a vote series, leave the floor, and then come back for additional votes later. So I hope that clears up any misunderstanding the gentleman from Colorado would have.
Mr. Speaker, it does, and I appreciate the Speaker's response. Is it customary for a vote to go over 1 hour?
This has been well over an hour.
Though the chair is not a historian, you would have to.
Wow. So once again, that was Neguse asking about the fact that they keep holding open votes because they don't have the votes. They have been voting on Virginia Fox's amendment to agreeing to the amendment for like 4 hours now. This is when I checked on it about 4 o'clock, I want to say. This was, can we hold open the no profanity timer? Yeah, probably. You can if you want to. Okay, newest update. As voting remains frozen on Trump's One Big Beautiful Bill, House Speaker Mike Johnson said he is trying to convince the holdouts in his party to back the controversial legislation. We're planning on a vote today, he told reporters a short while ago. Trump is pressing lawmakers to get the bill to sign into law by the 4th of July, but with a narrow 220 to 212 majority, Johnson can afford no more than 3 defections from the Republican Party. So that's where we're at this moment. Princess Kimberly, welcome in. We should be taking this. I'm not staying on late for this. We're not going until like 2 or 3 in the morning on this. There is no way. Mike Johnson, get your butt in gear. Get on the floor and vote. I want to see this fail. I think the Senate would still have to vote on it again, too, because they made a bunch of amendments to it. So I would say it has to go back to the Senate again. But I'm not exactly sure. They're trying to pull every trick, underhanded tactic that they can in order to pass this thing. Boy, is it unpopular. Let's listen to Representative Josh Riley from New York. I don't see how they don't pass it. I'm assuming I've assumed it's going to pass from the beginning. It's just how bad is it gonna be?
This bill will kill good blue-collar manufacturing jobs that we need to rebuild the economy in this country. It closes rural hospitals, it defunds health care, all to give trillions of dollars in tax cuts to your cronies. Don't tell me you give a shit about the middle class when all you're doing is shitting on the middle class.
Good job.
Chair would remind
I didn't say it, he did.
of two things. Please direct your remarks to the chair. That is a House rule, and to avoid vulgar speak. We do
Boo!
families in the gentleman will not be recognized.
kicking
Gentlelady from
authority
North
in the
Carolina.
balls.
Gentlelady from North Carolina.
Listen, I am tired of the appeals to decorum by people that elected Donald Trump. You don't get to tell me about my coarse language when you elected Donald Trump. You don't give a crap about coarse language. I have to right now because I'm under a no profanity embargo.
This bill will kill good blue-collar manufacturing jobs that we need to rebuild the economy in this country. It closes rural hospitals, it defunds health care, all to give trillions of dollars in tax cuts to your cronies. Don't tell me you give a shit about the middle class when all you're doing is shitting on the middle class.
Good job.
Chair would remind both sides of two things. Please direct your remarks to the chair. That is a House rule, and to avoid vulgar speak. We do have families in the gentleman will not be recognized. Gentlelady from North Carolina.
Families.
Gentlelady from North Carolina.
Will someone think of the children?
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, for reminding us of the.
This is Virginia. This is Representative Virginia Fox, if you're wondering. The Fox of North Carolina amendment on agreeing to the amendment.
Language we should be using in this chamber, and I reserve.
Gentlelady reserves. Gentleman from Massachusetts, with 4.5 minutes remaining.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, and I hope that when the president comes here next, you'll admonish him for the language he uses.
Oh, McGovern! Boom! Boom! Thank you. I agree with you, McGovern. Now let's talk about the fact that this bill was able to make it through the Senate, despite the fact that one woman who has been burnt by Trump before was holding out. Her name was Lisa Murkowski.
There. Senator Paul said that that your vote was a bailout for Alaska at the expense of the rest of the country.
Oh my God.
That's what Senator Paul said.
My question was easy. Senator, we've got the.
I didn't say it, ma'am. I'm just asking for your response.
Here's what she's thinking right now. Really? Right in front of Rihanna and her fish? You're going to do this to me right in front of Rihanna and her fish.
There. Senator Paul said that that your vote was a bailout for Alaska at the expense of the rest of the country.
Oh my God.
That's what Senator Paul said.
My question was easy. Senator, we've got the.
I didn't say it, ma'am. I'm just asking for your response.
My response is I have an obligation to the people of the state of Alaska. And I live up to that every single day. I fight for my state's interests, and I make sure that Alaskans are understood. I work hard to take care of a state that has more unique situations, more unique people, and it's just different. And so,
honestly, now that I'm looking at her from the side profile, she's not a bad looking lady. How rich is she? She can be my GOP mommy. That's what I was thinking, Flash. Rich enough to be a senator.
When people suggest that federal dollars go to one of our 50 states in a, quote, bailout, I find that offensive. I advocated for my state's interests. I will continue to do that, and I will make no excuse.
I do. It's called the gold standard clinically.
Do I?
I need money.
No, because I tried to take care of Alaska's interests. But I know that in many parts of the country, there are Americans that are not going to be advantaged by this bill. I don't like that. I don't like the fact that we moved through an artificial deadline,
Then why'd you vote for it?
to produce something, to meet a deadline, rather than to actually try to produce the best bill for the country. But when I saw the direction that this is going, you can either...
Oh, guys, Lisa Murkowski made $62K in the stock market last month alone. Last month alone. I'm not seeing her net worth is somewhere between 1.2 million and 2.9 million. Well, never mind.
Either say,
Girl of the Gray, welcome.
Try to help my state, or you can roll up your sleeves.
That's like Bernie levels. I was expecting her to be much, much richer. And she might be. That might be like public disclosures or something. Has she got a husband? Vern Martell is her husband's name. Huh. Yeah, I was definitely expecting her to be much, much richer. Once again, back to the floor of the House. Does not look like we've got much movement going on. Apparently, Mike Johnson's plan is to not recess. They are wanting to go for a vote tonight. Yeah, she's her family has been in Alaska politics for like decades. I guess she's just in it to fuck people over for funsies. Yeah, Ducky, yeah. I guess let's move on to let's do the jobs reports today. Job report. Since we're talking about Murkowski, this was a funny clip from Fox News this morning. I have not checked the final jobs numbers. They were supposed to come out today, but apparently they weren't good.
Of course, President Trump is talking about this bill leading to growth in the economy. We are waiting any moment now to get the jobs numbers for the month of May. The expectations call for the ADP numbers to be up 95,000 for the month of June, rather. It's the June jobs data, and we'll, of course, right now seeing the number actually show a decline in jobs, down 33,000 on ADP. The bill includes $25 billion for the Golden Dome, the missile defense.
So they're expecting 100,000 jobs added. ADP showing 30 grand lost.
Senator, you introduced a bill supporting the construction of that system. I want to get your take on defense and whether or not that. Of course, President Trump is talking about this bill leading to growth in the economy. We are waiting any moment now to get the jobs numbers for the month of May. The expectations call for the ADP numbers to be up 95,000 for the month of June.
So here's what the job numbers actually were. A little surprising. Job openings totaled an estimated 7.77 million, up from 7.4 million in April. Economists were expecting the number of available jobs to retreat. Instead, they rose for the second month in a row. Business leaders are put in a position now where they have to make decisions in the short term. The economists caution that monthly economic data can be quite volatile, especially from survey-drawn reports like the JOLTS that have seen weaker response rates. Job postings tracked by Indeed have remained fairly flat. I wouldn't take this as a sign of blue skies ahead by any means. And this goes on to talk about the number of openings, but I don't think openings is a good measurement at all, because as a lot of people have said, clinically, that's what I was getting ready to say. A lot of people have speculated that these companies post fake jobs with no intention of actually hiring anyone to make it look like they're in a perpetual state of growth, which is more of a thing for shareholders. Voodoo. You're doing some voodoo. Latest update still is that Mike Johnson says we are going to have a vote tonight. I don't know. Let's talk about some other stuff while we wait. Since we're talking about jobs, let's go to this Wall Street Journal propaganda piece here that I had. The $30 an hour minimum wage apparently scaring off businesses, or has employers worried in LA. Fuck. Really? Oh, well, never mind. $30 minimum wage has LA hotel owners in revolt. Industry seeks to suspend city ordinance requiring what union leaders call nation's highest minimum wage. Well, I would hope that LA has the nation's highest minimum wage, since it's the most expensive place to live. Hotel owners are in open revolt against Los Angeles' new $30 an hour minimum wage, the latest blow to one of the country's poorest performing lodging markets. This is supposed to be a great time to own a hotel in LA. The area will soon be the center of the globe's premier sporting events, the World Cup, and then the Olympics. But the Olympics are next year, right? I am tired of the Olympics. All it is a collection of sports that no one would pay to watch individually. I just don't like the Olympics. I'm not a fan. Well, they had to add hockey and basketball to get people to watch. Thank you very much. Do they play baseball in the Olympics? Stealing dead people's jokes now. That's my joke, clinically. What the fuck? Whose joke is that? I did that on stage during the, 2012 Olympics. Whose joke you accusing me of stealing? And once again, it's possible. A lot of people that, they'll accuse people of joke theft, but I mean, there's only so many punchlines, and something, that you're making a joke about the Olympics, something that obvious. it's not unheard of that many people would come to the same conclusion, have the same punchline. I found this out because I had a joke that I used to do, and then I started doing it, and people were like, that's like an old hack joke, right? You might have heard me do it before clinically. When was the last Olympics we had? As far as I know, it is my original joke that I came up with 6-7 Olympics ago. But the joke I was doing on it, now that I've heard other people's versions, I'm like, mine's the best version at least. And the joke is this. I prefer lifestyle condoms to Trojan. The reason is the name, Trojan. It implies that you're covered, but they're going to sneak your men in through the gate. And that's the last thing I want. But apparently mine's way better. Go find anybody else's Trojan joke. Mine's so much better. But I hadn't heard anybody do it when I came up with mine. And now I've heard 10 other people at open mics I've gone to do that joke, but not do it as well as me. But I quit doing it in my set just because everybody else does it too. Oh yeah, I saw that meme today, Warlord. We're now officially closer to 2050 than we are 2000. Weren't you born in 2000? Feel old? Those of you unaware, Warlord is a youngin'.
Come on, man.
See, I was close. No, because we're halfway through the year. We had to get halfway through this year in order to be closer to 2050. Whippersnapper. Warlord still smells new. He got that new Warlord smell to him. You don't think that matters?
You take your 33 and a third chance minus my 25% chance, and you got an 8 and a third chance of winning.
Would we have been closer in jail? I don't know. I'm not good at math. But I saw the meme going around today that we're closer. Yesterday we were closer to 2000. Today we're closer to 2050. Yes, Warlord's telling you to Google it. Yeah, clinically said we didn't have young people in here in the chat last night. We've proven that's not true. Oh, shit. Let's talk about this. This is fucking funny. I'm assuming we're going to take the floor of the House and we're gonna watch this bill pass tonight. I don't know. Once again, they are leaving this vote open. This vote has been open for 4 or 5 hours now because they don't have the votes to pass the legislation. Remember, was it last year? Was this earlier this year? It was last year, wasn't it? Or was it older than, I don't remember now. But there was this portrait of Trump in the state house in Colorado. And Trump apparently did not like the depiction of him in the video. Or in the painting. He accused a left-winger of purposely trying to make him look bad. But one of the things that we learned was that the painter was a hardcore Trumper and thought he did a really good job. Right-wingers are morons. Ben Fox, welcome in. Yeah, he was a super fan. Imagine what it felt like to put all your heart into painting this picture of Trump, who you fucking love, and then he hates it and accuses you of being a left-winger. This is the new painting. This is the Colorado Capitol replaces Trump portrait he claimed was purposely distorted. The other one looked better. But he looks more menacing in this one, I guess. Alien, welcome in. Look how horrible he looks. Which president do you think will turn out to be Hitler? This was the old painting. Oh, you're right, Ducky. It's the one that looks like his mugshot. This does look like Boss Baby. Oh God, the other one, I don't know. This is a more flattering picture of him. The other one probably looks more like him. That made him look better. Looks like Adam Schiff in a Trump wig. Oh, God. The previous portrait, featuring a much younger version of Trump, was removed from the famed wall back in March after the president randomly took to social media to criticize it. Despite its 6-year run on display, it had been there for 6 years. The original painting was commissioned after former Colorado Senate President Kevin Grantham, a Republican, raised more than $10,000 through a GoFundMe account during Trump's first term. Nobody likes a bad picture or painting of themselves, but the one in Colorado in the state capitol put up by the governor along with all the other presidents was purposely distorted to a level that even I perhaps have never seen before. The artist also did President Obama, and he looks wonderful, but the one of me is truly the worst. She must have lost her talent as she got older. The Colorado Building Advisory Committee, not the governor, oversees the portraits. Boardman, who received backlash following the president's scathing comments, previously told the Denver Post that it was important for her portraits of both Trump and Obama to appear apolitical. Colorado Democrats, who are in charge of the legislature, eventually agreed to take the painting down at the request of local Republican leaders. Louis Court, a former state lawmaker who chairs the Capitol Building Advisory Committee, said she received the Trump-endorsed portrait over a month ago and decided on Thursday to hang it this week. It seemed appropriate. We knew that the White House had sent us this replacement. It simply made sense to put it up. The new painting, which makes him look way worse. Gave him more hair, though. It's a non-story. It's just for us to mock while we're waiting on the vote for this bill. Uh-oh, we might be getting somewhere. There were 4 no votes from the Republicans that have now gone over into the A column. So maybe we will be proceeding. Mr. Spronk, welcome in. Oregon Gal, welcome. Thank you for the resub. T-minus, what state you in right now? Not doxing him. He's a trucker buddy. Well, now this was just the amendment. Which I assume they're going to keep this open until they know they got the votes. They're not going to go to the floor without knowing they have the votes, I assume. Maybe. T-minus over in California right now. I honestly have no idea how this is going to go. This is unprecedented. Well, now Elon is threatening money against anybody that votes for it. He's threatening primary money against anybody that votes for it. We don't have any updates, so I don't know that this is going to go anywhere just yet. Senator CIA thinks that this bill is going to have a extreme adverse impact on mortgage rates. Let's hear from Senator CIA over here.
Like, traditionally, Republicans care about the debt.
Yes.
And this just spikes the debt, makes the debt go up instead of down, period. And then when that happens, the folks who set the mortgage rates and the car payment interest rates get nervous. And
Do it, Flash!
They either keep them where they are or they increase mortgage rates. So people are already frustrated about buying a house, how expensive it is. Now mortgage rates are either going to stay the same or go up, but they're not going down.
Yes.
So, like, the idea that he's saving you any money is completely, as he would say, obliterated.
Yes.
Like,
you know what?
Traditionally, Republicans care.
Slotkin looking kind of cute there. Alyssa Slotkin, you can be my GOP mommy. Is she, Ducky? Is she? How you gonna do that? Right in front of Riri and her fish? Really? Really? Oh, God. I'm sorry. I really am. I'm not sorry at all. Oh shit. Let's go. A Democrat who yearns for Reagan. There you go, Flash. A Reagan Democrat. That's exactly what she is. We'll keep it on the budget for right now. Because I would like to see this vote. See, fucking, we're gonna watch this clip from the 5. And this was at like 5 o'clock today. Almost 4 hours ago. Look what they've got up live.
All right, the Democrats eyeing a big, beautiful opportunity for 2028, they think.
That's how long this vote's been going on.
Big, beautiful bill, sending it to the House. Potential White House contenders like AOC, Gavin Newsom, and, you know, Mayor Pete. He was up in there, all posting the same bat signal talking points on X, blaming the vice president's tie-breaking vote for allegedly taking health care away from Americans. And that sentiment getting echoed by other lawmakers as they tried to stop it.
Yes, because if he is going to be the front runner in 2028, it's great that they go ahead and paint him with this.
This bill is a deal with the devil.
I am shaking with fury over what just happened.
Vote no if it's a big bullshit bill.
This bill is trickle-down cruelty.
Apparently, like, we have been really hard on Representative McBride, but she was apparently able to strip some of the more abrasive amendments about trans health care out of the bill. Now, once again, it's still sausage still being made, but as I understand it, she was able to strip a particularly horrible provision out of the bill. So thank you, Representative McBride. We've been really hard on you, but I want to give people props when they do the right thing. Crail, welcome in.
And people will die because of it.
Hell no against this one big, ugly bill.
The occupant of the Oval Office, this fascist, dictator, white supremacist in chief, is doing is equal opportunity harm.
And check out these Democrat doctors dressed up in white lab coats parked outside Speaker Mike Johnson's office, but it looks like nobody was paying them any attention. Wow. Greg, once you say all of those things, where do you go from here? What else is there to say?
They really are the human version of hysterical tweets. Like, when we make fun of people, oh, I'm shaking. I'm literally shaking. You should see a doctor about that. The Dems traffic in these half opinions where they say, oh, my God, if you tax cuts, if you cut taxes, the deficit will balloon. Well, not if you grow the economy, because then that shrinks the percentage of debt. You hope that happens, and usually it does. They also don't mention that raising taxes won't shrink the deficit if you spend it before you even put it in the bank account, which is what Democrats do whenever they raise taxes. They also say, oh my God, you're cutting Medicaid, you're throwing the poor and needy. No. These are young, able-bodied people and illegals. You know, this isn't a free buffet for people who can pay for it. So enough with that. The debt is an existential threat, but
seriously, any right-winger, if I was to have a debate with Greg Gutfeld, you have to tell me what debt is and who we're in debt to. And if you can't do that, then your opinion is absolutely worthless. Because all the right-wingers get it wrong. They'll say something like China.
Climate change wasn't. Where were these Dems for the past 10 years? They were blowing up the deficit to fund a climate policy that was based on fraudulent data to line cronies' pockets. So it was the biggest grift in history.
There was so many lies in what he just said. Green funding, that never happened. There were some subsidies to like solar and wind power, and those industries are like freaking out about the provisions being stripped from the bill. What else? He said so much else that was wrong there.
Poor and needy. No. These are young, able-bodied people and illegals. You know, this isn't a free buffet for people who can pay for it. So enough with that. The debt is an existential threat, but climate change.
If you have money in your wallet, you hold some of the U.S.'s debt. Money is debt.
Where were these Dems for the past 10 years? They were blowing up the deficit to fund a climate policy that was based on fraudulent data to line cronies' pockets. So,
oh my God! Every single Democrat administration in my lifetime has cut the deficit. The only one to balance the budget has been a Democratic administration. The Republicans have blown up the debt every time they have been in office. Bill Clinton balanced the budget. Obama cut the deficit. Biden cut the deficit. And apparently, it sent us into a mini recession when we balanced the budget. But fuck, they don't care. They don't care. They don't care. This is a fucking multi-millionaire that gets paid to just talk out his ass. He's getting paid millions of dollars to just bullshit people. Fuck, I wish I could get that job. I have principles. I have morals, Gutfeld. I can't get on TV and make a fucking fool of myself just because rich people pay me lots of money to do it. I make a fool of myself for free.
in history, they were happy to drive the economy to the brink of ruin, which we're trying to pull back, without any data to back it up. So you don't even have to pay attention to them. They're comical.
So on the healthcare front, Joey, every time a Democrat goes on TV, they add 2 to 3 million more to how many people are going to lose.
Damn, those are some yellow shoes. Look at, they're the same color as her highlighter. I'm amazed at those fucking, I mean, and also she's cute. She can be my GOP mommy. Who is that? I swear to God, there's this. Oh, so remember we covered the CBS lawsuit. CBS is now going to pay $16 million to Donald Trump for no fucking reason. They didn't do anything wrong. Just so he'll approve their merger, so they can make $8 billion. And what's her name that runs CBS, Paramount? She gets like 30 million out of the deal herself. And all the right wingers are all over the sites being like, well, they wouldn't have paid out if they weren't in the wrong. I'm like, no, that's completely wrong. Also, this is the Fox News website. They paid out $1 billion.
Time a Democrat goes on TV, they add 2 to 3 million more to how many people are going to lose their health care. It's 7.8 million people that would be required to do these work requirements, and illegal immigrants is 7.8. Yesterday, it was up to 20 million, even though that's not true. It was like a game of telephone down there.
Yeah, so I grew up in a culture where if you got on disability, it was like winning the lottery. And I'm not indicting the people I love and that raised me, but it was. There was this idea.
Hey, fuck you, pal. Fuck you. Fuck you. I grew up in Eastern Kentucky. My mom and my dad were on disability. My dad was on disability when he was in his 60s because he spent his entire life working in the coal mines or as a fucking blaster to build roads, and he fucked his back up. He was also one of the people that the pharmaceutical industry took advantage of and tested their opiates on in the early 90s. You piece of shit. Not a single person that I know on disability. It is not like winning the lottery. My mom to this day still barely scrapes by and then has to worry about making too much money from side hustles in order to hurt her disability. You are a fucking ghoul and you need to shut your fucking mouth. I don't even know who you are, but you're a gigantic piece of shit.
8 million people that would be required to do these work requirements, and illegal immigrants is 7.8. Yesterday, it was up to 20 million.
It burns me up so bad.
It was like a game of telephone down there.
Yeah. And Flash knows what I'm talking about. Flash, you're from Appalachia. You know. You've been around people. Nobody treats it like winning the lottery. I'm fucking angry right now. That pissed me off.
I grew up in a culture where if you got on disability,
Ponder Monkey, welcome in.
And I'm not indicting the people I love and that raised me, but it was there was this idea that it was some sort of like, man, oh, that's awesome, man. You get a check every month. That's awesome. Mm-hmm. And that's a culture that we have to. I mean, like I think I can say with a little bit of credibility, we have to reject. The sentence was, I'm not going to cut Medicare, Medicaid, Medicare. The sentence should have been, I'm not going to cut Medicare to people who can prove they deserve it.
Yeah.
That's what this country needs. That's...
No, what this country needs is universal health care, and we're not nickeling and diming people. And we're not going after poor people saying, like, can you prove you deserve this? Why don't you prove you deserve the millions of dollars you're making on Fox News? I guarantee you I am smarter than you. I am more talented than you. I'm a better public speaker than you. Fuck you. God, who is this piece of shit?
You watch that whole montage, that's the only thing Democrats are pointing out about this bill. Yeah. Like white supremacist, racist, like those words mean nothing anymore.
It's also
you ruined those words.
People who actually need it are...
Oh my God! No, those words mean something, you white supremacist fucking racist piece of shit. Oh yeah, Ponder Monkey. Thank you. As if, bringing up hypocrisy matters to these people. Fucking shit. They sat on Fox News, what was it, 15 years ago? 17 years ago. 17 years ago. Talking about death panels. Silent, welcome in.
That's the only thing Democrats are pointing out about this bill. Yeah. Like white supremacist, racist, like those words mean nothing anymore.
It's also,
you ruined those words.
People who actually need it are competing for those funds from people who are able-bodied and siphoning it.
Anecdotally, super quick, I was put on Social Security disability while still active duty. They wouldn't let me off of Medicare. I begged to be off of it. They made me stay on it for 7 years after I started working. That's the system we have.
Click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You won't get it anywhere else.
I'm trying to find out who this fuck is, because he is on my fucking bad side now. Oh my God. I have not been this mad in a very, very long time. Who is this fucker? Oh, I gotta find out who this fucker is. Show me his name. Show me his name. It's that guy. Who is he?
Strikes on Iran's nuclear sites, cooling in.
Love Disney World. He is.
Font him. Somebody find out who this guy is. Oh, hold on. Host. It doesn't list him. He's not one of the usual ones. I'm gonna find out who this fucker is. Fuck it. Johnny Joey Jones? That's it. Oh, this is who it is. You found him. That's totally him. I can't pull it. Wow, you are useless. You are useless, Chat GPT. So it gave me the list of the usual hosts. I love a rotating liberal co-host, typically Jessica Tarlov or Harold Ford Jr. So the core lineup was Gutfeld, Perino, Waters, and Puro, plus whichever liberal contributor was scheduled that day. If you want confirmation of exactly who filled the liberal seat that specific day, you might check Fox's The 5 episode. War Machine. I'm you know, I want to say I'm giving it like an honest, because as a creative, I really, really despise AI. But I will say that, you know, on my Trump truth, it did a good job. So. You think come on. No. I'll probably admit that the flair you saw in it was probably flourishes I added that AI riffed off of, so I'll give you that. Because, like, the thing about having enough to prosecute, like, that was me. I can't remember what else in my original statement I put. I probably have it somewhere. Did I keep it? A failed YouTuber saying he'll tattoo MS-13 on his knuckles to try to get attention. The so-called political commentator hates this country and hates your terrific president. I liked it better that it was like, what did it say? I said, hates your terrific president, and it said, and really hates your favorite president, parentheses me. I was like, oh, yeah, that's good. That's good. If he wants an all-expenses paid trip to CCOT, we can make that happen. That was, the CCOT thing was me. We'll have everything we need to prosecute this confessed gang member and send him away. Why would anyone declare themselves to be a member of MS-13? This fellow comedian named JustinFREAKIN is going to learn that we are a nation of laws and gang members will be dealt with swiftly. So it added a lot to what I said. But I'd say like the best flourishes in it did probably come to me. About to load a custom ROM and go back 2 years. No, we're not there yet, Warlord. Dougie's off to check if they can turn off the AI. If I do get sent to Alligator Alcatraz or CCOT or something, I'd say, like, put money on my commissary, but it doesn't seem like they would allow you. Just make sure thank you, Clinically. I would love to see you. I'd love to see you come through the Everglades to break me out. But it's not that far from you, is it? A couple hours? Oh shit, you only played chess once? I actually really like chess. Big fan. Used to play it all the time on the porch with my neighbor. I've got it blocked on most everything. Like, that's why I had to go to ChatGPT to put it in. Chess stream win. I guess we're playing chess now. If you're attacked by an alligator, stick your thumb up its butt. That's how you dominate. We watched the was it Penn and Teller? And like they punched the alligator in the throat. No, that was like a lion or something, wasn't it? I've had alligator bites. I've had fried alligator bites before. They were all right. I didn't mind. Not the oil check. Well, I hope if I did that to the alligator, at least washed its ass beforehand.
Life is too short to walk this earth for a crusty asshole. Wash your ass.
Swear to God. What was that dude's name? Joey Jojo Shamavdadu? Oh, fuck. I fucked that bit up, didn't I? I really am going to have to get another solid state drive because fuck, shit's just so much slower. Like I wouldn't think it would have a effect on browsers, but yeah, it does. Tell me why that is, DJ Dub.
Mo, I need your advice.
Yeah?
See, I got this friend named Joey Jojo Jr. Shabadoo.
That's the worst name I ever heard.
Oh, no! Hey! Joey Jojo!
God, I love The Simpsons so much. Joey Jojo. Someone invents a new browser and then it ends up becoming trash, and then everybody moves on to a different browser, and then you go back to Firefox and then it becomes trash again. It's the cycle. Uh-oh. Apparently Republican Keith Self indicating that he is a holdout. House Republicans need every vote they can muster to pass President Trump's signature legislation, but in the last couple of hours, another Republican has signaled that he will not back the latest version of the bill, which was approved yesterday by the Senate. The Senate's version of the BBB is morally and fiscally bankrupt. Representative Keith Self of Texas wrote on social media, "We must get back closer to the House-passed version." So I'm pretty sure that means the Senate will have to vote on it again if they make changes. Someone in the chat, I don't remember who it was. Sorry, I can't remember who it was. Said that Trump should brick Elon's Tesla. Not a bad idea. Now, apparently Elon out here saying he doesn't want to go nuclear on Trump. But Trump may leave him no other option.
The rest. We got a lot of hostages back, but we're going to talk about that. I don't know. I think we'll have to take a look. We might have to put Doge on Elon. You know what Doge is? Doge is the monster that might have to go back and eat Elon. Wouldn't that be terrible? He gets a lot of subsidies, Peter. But Elon's very upset that the EV mandate is going to be terminated. And you know what? When you look at it, not everybody wants an electric car. I don't want an electric car. I want to have maybe gasoline, maybe electric, maybe a hybrid, maybe someday a hydrogen. If you have a hydrogen car, it has one problem. It blows up, So I'm going to give that one to Peter. I'm going to let Peter test it out. The rest. We got a lot.
Which Peter? Peter Navarro? I saw a thing where, was it Denmark? I've been yelling about it. You guys, if you guys have been with me any amount of time, you've probably heard me get pissed about it. Like, we need a digital Bill of Rights that allows us to own our data and likeness. And yeah, it was Denmark. Denmark is fighting AI by giving citizens copyright to their own faces. I want to go further. I want your digital footprint, your data, to also be your property. And what that would mean is if they want to mine your data, they need your permission. So it would always have to be opt-in, not opt-out. Your image, your voice, and your essence as a human being. I want to throw all your digital footprint, your data, could be gobbled up and regurgitated by AI. The clock is ticking on when your control over your image and representation is completely out of your hands. To tip the scales back in favor of those who wish to remain in firm control of their image, Denmark has put forth a proposal that would get every one of its citizens the legal ground to go after someone who uses their image without their consent. Fuck, my friends. AI is out here using my work without my consent. Yep, notification of any data sold. Or make it illegal to sell data to third parties without your permission, without compensation. That's what I would really like to get at, that if companies want to be able to do all this data mining on you, you should receive compensation from it. Because they go sell it. You use their app, you use their Facebook. Facebook mines all your data, sells it to these brokers about your viewing habits, your shopping habits. They're making a shit, like, that's what Facebook is actually making money off of. It's not advertising, it's selling your data to data brokers. I'm not sure I know what you're talking about, Flash. I've been hit or miss on John Oliver the last couple years. Not that, he's doing bad work or anything. I just kind of feel like because of my work on the Troll Patrol, and also, sorry, somehow my shit to where there's no drop shadow on the chat, so it's not standing out. I'm sorry, that's kind of bugging me. I got to fix that later. It's just more that John Oliver hasn't really been hitting me with anything I don't already know lately. So I usually, like, when I watch him, I put him on in the background when I'm doing something else. Like if I'm cooking or something. I need a YouTube video to watch, I'll throw it on. They are absolutely mining as much data as they can, and DJ Dub, here's the thing I love about that. I screw with their algorithms so bad, just me being me. I screw with their data mining so bad. I mean, fucking Facebook probably thinks I'm a Republican. I know that back when you could go and look, because it used to be like in the settings, you could go and look at what their profile of you was, and they totally thought I was a Republican. Because I spend all my time on right-wing sites telling them they're fucking stupid. I get that all the time. I'll tell people about like how horrible Fox News is and you shouldn't follow internet grifters. They're like, you're following the page, aren't you? And I'm like, yeah, well, I'm here to mock idiots. That's a little different. He is excellent for converting Dems into a more leftist point of view. Or converting independents into more democratic leaning people. I don't think John Oliver is for people like us. We're a little past him. That's why I also really like The Daily Show. I used to watch it every fucking day. And probably since like 2015. And this is like before Jon Stewart left. So that's kind of, that's where I'm at. Like, I feel like they're not, like, The Daily Show was really important to me in 2000. Like, we're talking like 2003, we're invading Iraq. I'm in Eastern Kentucky. I'm working in news. Everyone fucking around me is all gung-ho about going into Iraq, invading, and you know, watching Jon Stewart, watching Bill Maher made me feel not alone in the world. The Daily Show is still good. Every time I watch it, and even like I watched Jordan Klepper the other day. God, he had an excellent piece on something, and I watched him, and like, excellent. Great job, but like, it's just not, it's not where I'm at. Oh my fuck, I do not give a shit about, I don't hate Hassan. I really don't. Oh, you're not asking me about Hassan. You're asking me if it was the Klepper thing about Hassan. Is that what it was? It might have been. It was more than Hassan though, wasn't it? But like Hassan got mentioned. I think that might have been the bit. Flash. But I really like Jordan Klepper, too. We're still waiting. It looks like they are trickling into the chamber. So perhaps we are close. The presiding member, you can see him up there. He looks like he's asleep. He may be playing on his phone, but it looks like he's asleep. I thought you were asking me about like if I like watch Hassan. I was getting ready to go off on you, Flash, again, which I thought you were setting me up to go off on you about it. But then I realized, oh no, that's not what he's talking about. I love you guys so much. This is so much fun. Samson, welcome in. Set him up, knocking him down. So anybody just joining us needs the rundown. This vote has been stalled out. They've held this vote open for like 5 hours, 6 hours. Because they don't have the votes. There is Virginia Fox. It's her amendment that we're watching this vote on. It's looking like there's starting to be a little more activity, so maybe Maybe we're getting close to resuming the shindig here. And you see the presiding officer standing up. Lady B, welcome in.
You live in sexual anarchy?
Or you want me to do a sexual anarchy with Virginia Fox? How rich is she? She's worth almost $4 million, so more than Lisa Murkowski. So yeah. Virginia Fox can be my GOP mommy. My GOP grandmommy? My GOP great-grandmommy? Also, she's close to dying, so that's a real good. But like, if I was to hook up with Anna Paulina Luna, I'd probably die before she will. Hook up with Virginia Fox. How long she got? Really? 2-3 years tops. I'm Lady B. I don't discriminate. I'm into everybody. Socialist Dawn, did I tell you good evening? Days, maybe days. I believe my oldest was when I was about 36. I hooked up with a woman who was 72. And that was insane. It was a lot of fun because she was a fucking freak. I went to like her nursing home or assisted living or whatever it was. It was like one of those apartment, but it wasn't assisted living. It was like one of those apartment buildings that's old people only. You know what I'm talking about. Yes, clinically. She was very much a freak. It was it was like one of those low income apartment buildings for old people that most cities have. That's what it was. God, I'm fucked up. Well, shit, like my girlfriend, I dated her on and off pretty much the entire time I lived in Alabama. She was 57 at the time. So I was like 36, 37. She was 57. But also, you would look at her and you'd be like, she don't look 57. She had tattoos all over, piercings all in her face, and like she liked to go to concerts. She didn't like dating people her age because, they sucked. I'm tweeting this. Ducky, it could have been your building. You could have gave me a high five as I was heading out. God. I apologize for the person I am. What is wrong with you people for watching this? Ooh, I've always wanted the mother-daughter thing. I tried. I hooked up with this girl. I was probably like 22 and she was 19 or 20. And her mom was wild. Like we did drugs together, and then me and her daughter would go to the back room and stuff. And it is very disturbing. Yes, Lady B. And I kind of like started hitting on her mom and shit, and she was like, weird. I was like, aw. And I think one of my ex-girlfriends suggested her her mom, but her mom wasn't exactly the best looking thing. She'd had a rough life. God damn. Okay, we got a new update here. God damn it. If I can get to it. Oh, no, it didn't have anything to do with the bill. We don't have an update on the bill yet. I gotta throw something on here for you guys to watch because I gotta go grab something to drink. I'm so thirsty right now. Let's do, apparently Curiouser thought I should have got up at like 10 o'clock this morning and done the Diddy verdict. If I'd been up, I might have. But I was up until like 6 o'clock last night, so there was no Justin up at 10 a.m. this morning. Oh, yeah, sure, Lady B. Let's talk about sex trafficking then. Sean Diddy Combs. Not guilty on sex trafficking, but guilty on the lesser charge, which was like transporting somebody. Transporting for the purposes of prostitution or something like that.
All right. Thank you all for being patient. Am I speaking loud enough? You all can hear me okay? All right. Today's a great victory. It's a great victory for Sean Combs. It's a great victory for the jury system. You saw that the Southern District of New York prosecutors came at him with all that they had. They're not stopping, but one thing stands between all of us and a prison, and that is a jury of 12 citizens. And we had a wonderful jury. They listened to every word, and they got the situation right, or certainly right enough. They acquitted him of the sex trafficking, which he was absolutely innocent of. They acquitted him of the racketeering conspiracy that he was absolutely innocent of, and all of the components to it. The kidnapping, he was innocent of that. The arson, he was innocent of that. The obstructing justice, he was innocent of that. And that is no longer just me saying that. That is the verdict of our jury. So today's a great day. Today is a win. Today is a victory of all victories for Sean Combs and our legal team. And I want
this is a failure of our legal system.
Around whom our legal team could come.
Lenny, good evening. Welcome in.
One. And Sean Combs is that person, and we are all blessed to be part of it. And I am now done speaking to you, and I'm going to turn it over to Ms. Garagos.
All right, I first want to thank...
I'm going to be interested to read a book or something about what went on.
...trusting us, myself and everybody here, this incredible dream team that he put together. Without him, we would not have been able to do this. He is incredible, and I want to thank him. I want to thank the jury for putting such great care into this case. They came early every single day, and I want to thank them, as I said in my opening, standing between all of us and the drastic consequences of the criminal convictions of sex trafficking. And RICO is a jury of our peers, and I thank them. I want to thank the judge, and I want to thank, despite the terrible conditions at the MDC, I want to thank the good people.
Do you hear that? You hear that?
Chairman, the presiding officer is not a historian, and so therefore cannot opine as to whether or not historical precedent is in order or whether this will be a condition of the House going forward.
Whether or not it was violative of Rule 17 or Rule 20 for Republicans to keep this vote open longer than any other Congress in the history of the United States House of Representatives.
Yeah, we listened to Goose earlier.
This, in fact, is a new precedent that has been broken
Tier
by
2.
Republicans. This is the longest.
Yep.
Yes, Mr. Speaker.
To the gentleman from Colorado, as was stated again several hours ago, the rule provides for a minimum time for voting, not a maximum time for voting. So that minimum time obviously is part of that rule. So besides that, the chair doesn't have any other information that he could share with the gentleman from Colorado that would be useful in this discussion.
I thank the Speaker. I conclude simply by saying, Mr. Speaker, is it permissible under the rules for this vote to be held open for 24 hours, 48 hours, 3 months? How long, in the Speaker's judgment, is it permissible to hold the vote?
Yeah. Let us know.
Gentleman is posing hypotheticals, and chair is prepared to move on the vote that we're currently in, and so therefore the conversation ends.
I thank the Speaker.
Okay, so we're prepared to move then.
Okay. Have all members.
Right now, this is the amendment on agreeing to the amendment. But this is the budget bill.
The yeas are 220. The nays are 212. The amendment is adopted.
So we adopt the amendment, and we should move on to a vote to the full bill.
On adoption of the resolution as amended. Those in favor say aye. Those opposed,
yes, this is the big, beautiful bill.
In the opinion of the chair, the ayes have it.
Well, Mr. Speaker?
Gentleman from Massachusetts.
Just a roll call.
Start asking for the yeas and nays.
Yeas and nays are requested. Those favoring a vote.
Of course.
Yeas and nays will rise. Sufficient number having risen, the yeas and nays are ordered. Members will record their votes by electronic device.
Wait a minute, did we already do that?
In the House. This is a 5-minute vote.
They laughed at him. They laughed at him saying this is a 5-minute vote. On agreeing to the resolution as amended, I think that's the final bill. Let me see if I can get a update here. Trump is saying that it looks like they're ready to vote. But as we said, we had a new holdout pop up within the last hour. Oh, God, I just looked at Virginia Fox's official Congresswoman photo. Maybe I take back my assessment from earlier. She's looking a little cross-eyed there. I don't know that this is the final vote. I think it may be. I'm trying to get the update. People are already reporting on Twitter, and he says this is a 5-minute vote, and the House erupts in laughter. Okay, we're apparently going to get... This is on some rule we're adopting. Once this passes, it's going to be about 3.5 hours. It looks like that's what's going to happen. They're saying 9:30 p.m. vote. That's right now. Representative Ralph Norman is saying that they will not vote and are advising to return in the morning. So this is the head of the Freedom Caucus. Says that Russell Vought and other advisors from the White House have been pressuring them. It's looking very positive. The admin can give the House Freedom Caucus enough assurance and info to get to a yes vote, just not tonight. Norman says the admin is making the case to the House Freedom Caucus that amending the bill won't work out well for conservatives' priority. They have a strong belief that the bill cannot be improved with the Senate. It puts us in peril. But Norman adds there were some different opinions on that in tonight's House Freedom Caucus meeting. They've answered a lot of questions on enforcement, like on illegal immigration. How are you going to enforce that? What's the provision that only the executive branch can put in place? We went over that. That's what Norman of the House Freedom Caucus says. John Breshnahan is reporting that the Democratic mood is just call the fucking vote. Jesus. War Machine. Last time, Johnson won pretty comfortably, didn't he? There was like, he had like 5. I think they stripped that out, War Machine. But I'm not sure because we've gone back and forth so many different times. The Senate bill is apparently way, way worse than the House bill. I mean, worse is relative, right? Is that Boebert? Marjorie Taylor Greene over there to the right. You see Jim Jordan there in the center. I never pass up an opportunity to point out that Jim Jordan covered up sexual assault at Ohio State University. I'm trying to remember, War Machine. What was the margin? I feel like Republicans had a bigger margin in the House then than they do now. Well, I say now, like, we've had 3 Democratic Congress people die. Dems are short like 3 seats they should actually have. It should be closer than it is. But, you know, we've got a geriatric Congress. Why? I'm trying to remember, because what was that, last spring? Was that when Kevin McCarthy got ousted, or was it like 2 springs ago? I don't even remember. Seriously, DJ Dub, especially the ones that have died. They had no business running for re-election. And the fact that they got re-elected, was sworn in, and 3 of them died within like a couple months is insane. I hate it here. I hate it. But I mean, they're afraid of what the kids are going to do, right? They're afraid the kids are going to come in with that socialism. Feinstein 2028. I mean, these old fucks are scared to death of young people. Gerontocracy, there we go. I think I got it right that time. Yeah, they're talking about the Freedom Caucus is going to sit this out. Chip Roy is saying he's sitting it out. So, I mean, it's looking like it's not going to pass tonight. The AP reporting that Kilmar Abrego Garcia says he was beaten, kicked, and subjected to psychological torture in El Salvador jail. I'm sure. Here, let me give you some good news while we're waiting for this vote. It depends on the state, War Machine. Like, sometimes the governor can appoint a replacement. Sometimes it's required to a special election held. Clinically, are you going to eat your words? Are you going to eat your words? Here's some good news for you.
A difficult morning for the California Highway Patrol.
They are mourning the loss of a young officer who died in an early morning crash. Eyewitness News reporter Leo Stallworth, he is live in Culver City with what we are learning so far. Leo?
Yeah, difficult morning indeed. CHP officials holding a news conference here at the Culver City CHP office just a short while ago. This is where
another good cop
officer worked. CHP officials say the accident happening around 12:30 this morning at Bristol Parkway near Green Valley Circle in Culver City, a mere few blocks from this California Highway Patrol.
And this is the best kind. This is the best kind. He, one vehicle accident, rammed himself into a tree.
Station. CHP officials tell us CHP officer 30
didn't injure any innocent bystanders.
Died after crashing his patrol vehicle into a tree. CHP officials say the officer, who had only been on the force since 2023, had made a DUI arrest earlier and complained to his partner that he didn't feel well. Soon after, he lost control of his patrol car and crashed. CHP officials holding a news conference to explain more.
They were in the process of transporting that subject to the jail when Officer Cano said to his partner he wasn't feeling well. His partner acknowledged that he did not look well, and shortly after he lost consciousness, his vehicle left the roadway and crashed into the tree. We believe that he had some sort of medical emergency. We obviously do not know the extent of that at this time. The other officer and the subject in the vehicle did not suffer serious injuries. We're just very devastated by this loss.
Was he transporting somebody, though?
First responders that were there within seconds of the collision provided medical aid.
Are they safe?
To the doctors at the hospital that worked tirelessly to try to save him. We appreciate
God cut him down.
The support of the community as we go through this time.
The CHP officer was taken to UCLA Medical Center. That's where he was treated. Following his passing, a law enforcement procession taking place outside of the CHP station in Culver City, flags flying at half staff. This is a very sad day for the law enforcement community, obviously.
What was that pretty boy's name that was on that show, Chips?
Officer Cano was awarded the Mothers Against Drunk Driving Award. He was a married man. He did not have children.
Thumbs on parade!
Again, a very sad day for the law enforcement community. Live in Culver City, Leo Stallworth.
Eric Estrada. Dougie knew. Dougie knew. So the 5 minutes is up on the vote, but they're still voting. You got 2 Republicans voting against it. This is a rule change, and then we move to the actual bill. That's what I understand. We're voting on a rule change. And if this doesn't pass, they can't bring the bill to the floor tonight. Once again, they were right to laugh at him for saying it'd be a 5-minute vote, because clearly not. Hey, Smokey, you want to come? You want to say hi to everybody? Well, fine. Don't go over there. The rules are made up and the points don't matter. Were you with us last night? Did you watch some Whose Line? We started off with one from maybe last year. It was a very new episode. And then we went back to 95. And was it Silent was in here? It was oh my God, they're so young. I was you should see if we go back to one of the British ones. Jeez. Whose Line is actually, and I don't know if it was because we were watching it last night and, the algorithm overlords knew I was watching it, but they're on tour right now. And I looked at it. I'd go. Colin's not with them. It's Ryan and Greg Proops and then 2 people I don't know. And I'm I like Greg and Ryan. I'm sure it'd still be excellent, but I like to meet Colin. Colin's my favorite. I love that dude took his pants off in the first skit we watched last night, and then every skit was about the fact he had tighty whities on. Yeah, Colin's the bald one, and then Ryan's the tall, fluffy hair. Yeah, Colin is totally my favorite. We've been watching Whose Line semi-regularly after the show, just because it's a good thing, I can play that on stream. If you come in, you can pick right up on it. I've tried other things, other TV shows. They don't work as well. Whose Line works really well on a stream. Sketch comedy, Whitest Kids, Kids in the Hall, shit like that. That works really well on stream. He is really good with the hoedowns. You're right, Socialist Haunt. But, Wayne's probably the best at the hoedowns. Holy shit. They did some beatboxing rap last night, and Wayne nailed it. I did sound on this movie one time, and one of the lines that one of the dudes had to say was Wayne Brady is a national treasure. And that line's just stuck in my head because we had to do it over and over and over again. It was about this old lady whose car broke down in Compton as she was on her way to not The Price is Right, but the other one of the shows, whatever Wayne Brady hosts. Let's Make a Deal, maybe? I don't know. But she was on her way to be on that show. And she breaks down in Compton on her way. And I'm assuming the white girl in Atlanta that wrote this probably didn't know that you wouldn't go through Compton to go to, Burbank is probably where they film it. But her car breaks down, then all these, big scary black dudes come out. And then they're really nice to her. And they all bond over Wayne Brady. No, I did not flash. That's the show that everybody thinks sucks right now, right? I can't keep up. I saw some people defending it, but then like people that I would assume are like, that's woke garbage, were saying it sucked, so I don't know who to believe. But that's so Larry Charles wrote a book, and I'm gonna have to grab this book. I'm gonna need to read it. If you don't know who Larry Charles is, he was a director on Seinfeld, Curb Your Enthusiasm. He directed Borat, The Dictator, Religulous. So like Larry Charles, one of my favorite directors. And he gave an interview about how he doesn't talk to Sacha Baron Cohen or Larry David anymore. And his reason for not talking to Sacha was that he felt that around the time of The Dictator, like Sacha really wanted to go like mainstream and be taken as like, a serious actor instead of this like subversive, almost guerrilla comedian. And I mean, you could totally see that because that's when he did the role in Sweeney Todd and blah blah blah. And like Larry basically said, Sacha got all up his own ass at that time. And I was like, oh, well, that could be why like I really wasn't into anything Sacha Baron Cohen for a while there. Well, I'm not sure about I was watching is it the Bullets and Blockbusters channel? That might not be the channel. That's also a good channel. But one of them has a show called The Making of Was a Shit Show. And it was like a 4-part on Marvel. And it was like the launching of the Marvel Universe was a shit show. And the making of the Avengers was a shit show. And like that was fascinating to me. But it seemed like Disney doesn't have control. That there's some Marvel consortium or something. They have a board and they're the ones that are actually the ones milking it, not necessarily Disney. There's like a Marvel board of trustees or some shit. But also, I don't know. I'm interested in this stuff because I'm a broadcaster. I love the history of media and movies and television and shit. But Marvel comic books not really my thing. I want to say that's what, like, because that was like a conflict. Because people on the movie don't know whether Disney is their boss or the Marvel thing is their, and like it was like batting heads because they would get notes from Disney, but they were like, well, the Marvel board wouldn't like that. Are you telling me you like bad media? Because I don't like bad media. I am one of those people, I may be alone in this, like, it has to be worth my time. There is so much good television, good movies out there. Good media for me to consume. I can't watch something that's mediocre. I ain't got time for it. Yeah, like my buddy loves B-movies. Like he thinks they're amazing. That's why I can't take his opinion on anything. He says he loves everything. Once again, this vote was only supposed to be 5 minutes. We've been waiting on it for what? 20 minutes now? All Democrat, well, they've got 7 holdouts here, but all Democrats voting nay, 4 Republicans voting nay. I think the 4 Republicans kills it, but no, that was Senate math, wasn't it? It's 6 Republicans in the House, maybe? I'm going to admit to you guys something. I don't know who Viggo Mortensen is. Anytime I hear somebody say Viggo Mortensen, I picture like the villain from Ghostbusters 2. Viggo, right? That was his name. It came out of the painting. That's who I'm picturing anytime you guys say Viggo Mortensen. I've never seen Lord of the Rings. Oh my God, I just made some jaws drop. I am very, very anti-Tolkien. Because I had to read The Hobbit when I was in like 7th grade, and it sucks. It's like the shittiest book I've ever read in my life. Why is anyone into that? Hated it. So, fat chance getting me to read The Lord of the Rings. Maybe one of these days I'll watch the movies. Maybe if I'd read it in 2nd grade, maybe it seems like it's more on a 2nd grade level. Because in 7th grade, I was bored to tears with that stupid fucking book. Nothing ever happens. It just walk, walk, walk. Nothing happened. Nothing. Nothing happens in that book. Now, granted, my memory is very hazy and I read it in 7th or 8th grade. Nothing happened in that book. Smokey, what are you doing? Like, even Maynard's looking like, what was that? Where are you at, Smokes? That's what they sang. It was walking and singing. That's what the book was about. I play my fantasy though. Like I'm gonna watch Lord of the Rings. I'm like, well, this isn't as good as a Final Fantasy 6 or Final Fantasy 4, Final Fantasy 12. But I'd say, like, you know, Final Fantasy probably inspired by the Lord of the Rings books. Oh my God, it's always so boring to do this shit. I'm sorry, I should have put a show together tonight. Let's go to Brian Koberger. Let's go Brian Koberger. We'll put this up over here. Asimov, he wrote like science fiction in what, like the 40s, RB? Am I correct on that? What's his big book? Okay, here's the latest update that we've got. Republicans in the House of Representatives have moved closer towards advancing Trump's massive tax cut and spending bill, appearing to overcome concerns over its costs that have been raised by a handful of hardliners. As lawmakers shuttled in and out of closed-door meetings, a procedural vote was held open for more than 7 hours to give Trump and House Speaker Mike Johnson time to convince holdouts to back the president's signature bill. In the end, it passed along party lines, 220 to 212. An indication, but not a guarantee, that Trump may have won over skeptics. I guess that was the procedural vote. One more parliamentary vote was scheduled ahead of the main vote on the bill on the House floor, when minority Democrats, critical of cuts to social spending, were expected to make a final stand against the legislation. Leaving Speaker Johnson's office before the procedural vote closed, House Majority Whip Tom Emmer told Reuters that progress was being made. So that is currently where we're at. What'd you get from Taco Bell? I went and got on the app the other day. I was like, do they have anything new? And it was like something burrito and something taco thing. And I was like, yeah, that sounds all right. But like it was just like those two things. And then the Cantina menu. They hadn't really introduced anything groundbreaking. I'm one of those people, like, I don't have, like, a regular Taco Bell order. I just get whatever the specials are. I look at, like, oh, they've got this taco now and this taco. The Cantina tacos are all right. I like the one with the cheese on the outside of it pretty well. I think I've had taco. I haven't even had the chicken tender. That's new, isn't it? I don't think they had chicken tenders last time. Last time I got anything. The Crunchwrap Lux Box. How much square foot each person needs to be happy and to live? That's a good question, Girl of Gray. This apartment that I'm in currently is one of the smallest apartments I've lived in other than my college apartment. My college apartment was probably like, maybe a fourth of the size of this apartment. But I've got porch. I've got a nice yard and shit. That's, I've got a whole side of the porch to myself. And that's pretty fucking cool. So, like what you see on camera, there's not much more to my apartment. There's like the kitchen and like entrance and shit's over here. Flash can't do town, so that's 4 acres. Okay, there's a cat at my door. Let me go see. If it's the little itty bitty baby, I'm going to try to grab it and bring it in. Because I've had like a little orange fluff ball that's like size of fit in your hand come to the door. Let me see if I can go find it. Okay, no idea what Smokey is yelling at in there. And he followed me back in here. What's up, bud? This is my first apartment not to have a washer and dryer in it in like over 10 years. The money I'm saving... Because, like, it's like $150 less than what I was paying before, but I don't have a dishwasher and a washer and dryer. I'd pay the extra $150 for the dishwasher and washer dryer now. I'll admit it. Probably a dumb move on my part. Curious or not, I have laundry, because she takes me to the laundromat. Which isn't that far. It's maybe half a mile. And, like, the weed store is right on the way. So we've got it down. What we do is We go, we put my first load in the washing machines, like takes 3 washing machines. She and I boom, 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 load them up. We come back, go to the gas station where the free ATM and world famous chicken is. So I go to the free ATM, and then we come back and go to the weed store. After we're finished at the weed store, that's enough time for the washers to be done. We go back to the laundromat. We take everything out of the washer, and then all my shit fits in one of the, because the dryers are fucking huge. So all my shit fits in one dryer. So we throw it all in the one dryer, and then we come back, take bong rips, and then it's time to go back and get the laundry out. So we've got it down. And then this crazy woman came up and started talking to me last time we were there. And, I kind of snubbed her and Curious her was, being nice. And then I realized she worked there, so I started being real nice to her, so. Because she works there, I'm coming, leaving. She can, watch over my clothes for me. So, after that, I was, super nice to her. Yeah, it is nice to actually have your own washer and dryer. I was lucky that the last apartment I was in had one, that was like a washer dryer combo. It was kind of smaller. It wasn't the best, but hey, you got it in your apartment. The washing machines lock, so it's impossible to steal my stuff while they're being washed. I guess you could steal them out of the dryer, but, if you're stealing my clothes, you're probably really hard up. No, I got nice things over here. Are you gonna steal some band t-shirts I've been wearing for 20 years? I don't particularly like the combos, but it worked fine. It worked fine. It was the longest I ever had to put something in. You would have to do 2 60 minutes in the dryer in order to get something dry. Because it'd get close to being done. I'd just go in there flip it back up to 60 minutes. Oh, you just left them. I ain't leaving anything in my laundry. Oh my God, will you guys please vote? Please vote. Just vote, please. Well now, girl of the gray, if you're renting, I was renting. So my washer and dryer went out. That wasn't my responsibility. But also, I'm pretty sure, if your dryer goes out, it's almost certainly the heat coil, the thermostat thing. It was one of those two things. They're pretty easy to replace. You can watch a YouTube video on it. But then again, my grandfather was a used appliance repairman. So that's kind of I'm one of those people that fixes all his own shit. Because there's going to be one more no vote for the Democrats. So that puts them at deadlocked. That puts it at 216 to 216, doesn't it? And that's if all 14 of the Republicans vote for the bill. I think they failed. I think they failed. I don't think it's going to pass. See what the reporters on Twitter are saying. Yeah, it looks like he's going to lose. Hey, Warlord. It doesn't look like it's even going to go to a vote tonight. So the Republicans have to win this vote right now. This is a procedural vote. And then we go into the final leg of debate. There is cheering in the House chamber. Something's going on. Sports cards, that's what they've been doing. Right now, even if they get all the rest of the votes, even if all the not voted yet, votes in the affirmative, it's 216 to 216. This is the vote to move to the final vote, RB. If Republicans can get this, then we move on to the final leg of debate. I think it's an hour for both sides. That's where, like, we got the estimate about 3.5 hours from earlier. That was according to Punch Bowl News. But it looks like this is going to fail, and they're going to pack it up and recess for the night. I think. They could keep the vote open and see if they can flip somebody. But several of the holdouts said they're a no for tonight, and we need to come back tomorrow. That was a refrain that we saw several times. I'm following John Bresnahan and Jake Sherman on Twitter for the updates. That's Punch Bowl News and Politico. No, they're both Punch Bowl. I'm sorry. So apparently it's Greg Murphy of North Carolina. A physician is worried about the impact of Medicaid cuts. They're apparently conversing with Speaker Mike Johnson right now. And he apparently got Murphy because Murphy voted yes. And I'm sorry if I get things wrong, guys. This is a very fluid situation. Our government is confusing on purpose, so even like wonks like me don't know what's going on. I'd say a lot of representatives don't fucking know what's going on from time to time. But we try to take our best stab at it. And if you guys have information I don't have, let me know. You had to get a waiver for Medicaid. Yeah, Warlord Parliament would make things a hell of a lot easier, wouldn't it? The CBO estimate right now is 11 to 13 million people will lose Medicaid. Spoiler alert, those are not all immigrants. Maybe a million of them, possibly. And even, let's clarify, because I've been having to have this discussion with right-wingers. When we say immigrants receiving some form of Medicaid, it's a workaround the states have used in order to be able to provide them with, it's usually a card. Only like pregnant women and children can get it. You go, you see a doctor, the card ends up taxing you late, so you pay for the services. So like you're covered under Medicaid or a Medicaid type program, but you have to reimburse it. So the idea that immigrants are getting any kind of Medicaid is just fucking laughable. So we're talking about the 1 million. Those are all pretty much children. And it's a very, very narrow circumstances. God damn, War Machine. I don't even know if I have health insurance right now. I've been covered under the exchange for the last something years. But I don't think I am anymore. Yeah, Warlord, it fucking sucks over here. And then did you guys see the dipshit that went to the hospital in Canada and thought he was going to get everything free? Who was that? I saw the clip on some left-wing show. Might have been Majority Report. And the dude went to Canada and was expected to just, in and out free. He got a bill. Like, he probably didn't get charged at the point of service. Cicero, good evening. Medicare Advantage is not Medicare. It is a scam. I know this because I worked for a financial advisor that dealt with estate planning and old people's blah, blah, blah. How is SWAT a scam? Medicare Advantage? I can't even explain it to you. The European mind could not comprehend the fucked up situation we put people in this country. Well, Medicare isn't Medicare. It's not a government-run program. It's a private insurance like supplement. So do you see what I'm saying now? It's supposed to fill in what they called the donut hole. Because there's like people between can't qualify for Medicare, can't get employee insurance, may not be old enough to get Medicare. That's what's called the donut hole. And it was supposed to take advantage, it was supposed to help those people, but it just basically was a handout to private insurance companies. Yeah, the fact that each state has a different name for their program, like in Tennessee, it's TennCare. In California, it's CalCare. Those are Medicaid programs. I saw a friend today was like trying to educate people. TennCare is Medicaid. When they are saying they're going to cut Medicaid, they're wanting to cut your TennCare because she's a nurse in Tennessee. And people were like, I didn't know this. I had no idea about this. I didn't know that was Medicaid. Oh, Cicero, it was Warlord that was asking about it. And Warlord was asking because Warlord is in the UK and can't comprehend what we have to go through to get health care in this country because they have the NIH. Just like a strip mall. A strip mall is a foreign concept to Warlord. I've tried to explain it to him. I don't think he gets it. Because he asked me one time, why don't just walk to the grocery store? It's like, what? You can't. What? That's not a thing. Nope. Not a shopping center, Warlord. A strip mall is completely different. I showed you a picture one time, and you were aghast at it. Oh, I didn't see DJ Dub's comment. I'm sorry. My apologies. Carry on, guys. It's not the same thing, Warlord. It's not the same thing. Boarded up? What? An absolute waste of land indeed. Are we going to get to this or not? Shit. Exactly, War Machine. Now, I actually am in the middle of the city right now and can walk to grocery stores. Objectively, welcome in. I hate it here. I hate our car-centric communities and society. Oh my God, did you guys see? Trump said he struck a deal with Vietnam, and Trump is convinced we're going to start selling SUVs and full-size pickup trucks to Vietnam. He has no fucking idea, does he? There has been no impediment to American car companies being able to sell their vehicles to other countries. Other countries don't want them. Other countries don't have roads that can handle them. You can't take an American SUV and put on a Japanese road or a Vietnamese road or even a European road. Oh, I'm sorry, RB. I got it backwards. I got it back. Medi-Cal. I'm sorry. I was close. Also, $80K for one of those fucking trucks. I mean, our car manufacturers have been trying to sell in foreign markets for a very long time. You can sell some sports cars in Europe to, a few rich people, but you can't sell trucks to your everyday working man because the roads can't handle it. Flash, I don't know. I haven't gone car shopping in almost 10 years. Well, I guess when my lease came up, I did look at possibly getting another car. That would have been 2019. So fucking COVID changed the prices of things significantly. So I have no idea what a truck would cost nowadays. Oh, did you not know that I used to have a car, Warlord? My mom convincing me to trade in my truck towards a lease. The truck I owned, a 2001 Toyota Tacoma. Yeah, it was beat all the fuck up. Did it have some problems? Not anything that was anything major. Engine still ran smooth. My mom convincing me to trade in that truck for a leased car. I don't feel safe with you going to Alabama in that truck. I don't think you can take that truck to Alabama. Well, now what do I have to show for it? My truck was the only thing I owned. Only thing I owned in my life. Hey, Flash, my truck would have gone up in value, wouldn't it have? 2001 Toyota Tacoma. I'd be rich right now. Even though it was beat the fuck up. Especially post-COVID. It was a manual two-wheel drive. It was a manual rear-wheel drive. It was a small. That's what were you here the other night where we had the gas mileage conversation? I was like, I used to get 36 miles a gallon, and somebody challenged me on that. And I'm like, no, it was a 4-cylinder 5-speed. It was itty bitty. That's how I got 36 miles a gallon in 2001. Because it blows my mind that cars today don't get that kind of gas mileage that I got in 2001. And that seems insane. I agree, Warlord. I agree. Curiouser and I, we went by a building the other day, looked like a fucking saloon. And it was a goddamn sell your gold here place. I'm like, fuck. I bet that was a cool bar once upon a time. Yeah, it's some cash for gold place. How much? What'd you get on your Kia Rio 5-speed, Socialist Not? I'm fine with the V6, but the 4-cylinder. I almost said V4 because they're straight line. They're not in a V. The only thing was like going up a hill or something, but it's a manual. So, I mean, it was no problem to gear down and tackle it. Had great acceleration though. I don't know what happens if they tie here. I don't know, like, because there's no tiebreaker or anything. Pits their WRX. Wookie? You got a Wook over there? I've never had an inline 6. They duel to break that. I would love that sports cards. Dems pick one person, Republicans pick one person, they duel to the death. I say we go with Jared Moskowitz for our side. He's young, he's spry, and if he lost, I probably wouldn't cry all that much. Oh, War Machine, in 2016, when I got my my Cruze, it was a Chevy Cruze, I was just lucky that they were able to get me and it's not even a manual, it was a, what do they call it, sequential shifting or whatever, a slap shift. And they were able to get one from like 2 hours away and bring it to me. And it was like the only one in a fucking like 20 state radius. I'm dropping car lore over here. I'm just killing time. I'd kind of like to cut away and do the Brian Kohberger or the fucking plane crash or the fireworks factory fire. We got all kinds of fun stuff to talk about. Oh, I know, like, because they told me, like, and it's not even a, it wasn't even a real manual. But I get bored. I like driving a stick shift better. Hey, Warlord, you're a youngin'. Can you even drive a stick shift? What are you, Gen Z? It is hard to eat and drive a stick shift, but I don't eat and drive. Wait, what? The UK is 90% manual? Aw, damn. Yeah, they're like more in, I almost said they're more car people. Like, we're a more car-centric culture. But they're more into, like, you know, like the performance of the car, right? They haven't discovered air conditioning or the automatic transmission. Oh, fuck. Who here has driven a Chevy that was a manual? I like driving a Chevy because the clutch is optional. This is the only fucking vehicle like that you can shift without using the clutch. On the flip side, I learned how to drive on a Toyota. A Toyota is the exact opposite. You have to be really, really good with the clutch and know exactly where to release. Really anti-war machine. That's like, get you an old Chevy truck like from the 90s. You put it into gear. Don't have to hit the clutch at all. I've seen some, like, I feel like there's a scale anonymously. I believe it's like, it's Chevys are all the way at this side and Toyotas are all the way on this side. Everything's in between from there. What year was it, Holiday? Because, I mean, you get in one of those, like, 90s, S10? Is that what the Chevys were? Back then, they're Tahoes now, right? They used to be, what, Chevy S10s? I find it hard to believe you couldn't just, like, pull it out of gear without hitting the clutch. Most of those old Chevys were like that. My brother taught me how to drive, and my brother's like 10 years older than me. And he basically sat me on a very steep incline, maybe 30, 40 degree incline. I mean, steep. And he was like, there you go. Do it. And I did it a few times and like, oh, well, this is how it works. Boom. Meat Cakes, welcome in. I test drove a Solara in 2005. That was like the sports car Camry. And it didn't come in a manual. It came in the slap shift. And a baseball, that's a great place to learn how to drive. My brother just put me on an incline near our house. It was like, I rookied it maybe 10 times. But once you get it, I mean, he was right. He was like, I'm going to put you on this hill. It's going to take you a little bit, but once you get it, you'll get it. You'll be able to drive a stick. And he was absolutely right. If any of you need to do that, if you need to teach kids how to drive a stick, that's what you do. Go put them on a hill. What year did you see that Solara? Because this is like 2005, and it only came in. And was it manual or was it a slap shift? Because they told me it only came in the slap shift. Oh, I mean, I believe you anonymously. I had a girlfriend that had a Honda, and I really liked it. She had like a 2000 Accord, probably. I really liked her Honda. And that's why my brother put me on that hill that day. So I would never rookie it in a busy intersection. Oh, you had to special order them. Okay, yeah, that's what I thought. But that would be like putting an aftermarket on, right? Like they didn't just, like, that wasn't an option for you. She ran into a light pole. Oh my God, Samson. And fair enough, anonymously, fair enough. But also, I was kind of a big deal at that time. I should put it that way. I was the news director of 9 radio stations at a car lot that bought a lot of advertising on our radio station. So they treated me a little different than other people. So I feel like if it was an option, they would have let me know it was an option. I also had other things to know what I'm saying. It had to be a Solara. It had to be, and you might even know the exact color that I'm talking about. It was like it's not a dark blue, it's like a light blue, like a light gray bluish color with silver trim. Like I was very specific about what I was wanting. So it was possible that, it was kind of a headache. Somebody's yelling outside the chamber. So we are now at about an hour of this vote being held open again. Remember, this was supposed to be a 5-minute vote. Gonna go back to Jake Sherman, see if I can get us an update here. I'm sorry, I should have put a show together. I thought we were going to be doing this, but... Okay, so here's what's going to happen. They need every single person who hasn't voted yes to vote yes. All 9 have to vote yes. That includes Chip Roy, who said he would not be voting tonight, and then they have to flip one of these no's. The 9 Republicans who have not voted yet: Brasheen, Burchett, Burleson, Cloud, Harris, Onder, Perry, Roy, Valadio. So that is where we stand. It doesn't look like they're going to get it through because apparently Chip Roy has said there's no way he's voting and they need him and one of these no's. So math not mathing for the Republicans tonight.
But then you take my 75% chance of winning and then add 66 and 2/3%. I got 141 and 2/3 chance of winning.
Oh, yeah. JD tipped the scales in the Senate silent. That's how we got the bill passed out of the Senate. This is the House taking it up. They made, 45 amendments to it. So I am assuming the Senate is going to have to vote on it again. They are wanting to get this passed by the 4th of July. But the no votes in Alligator Alcatraz till they change their minds. have you guys seen the picture? Have you seen the picture? It's disgusting. It's like, that's such a pretty area. Clinically, you know what I'm talking about, right? Next to that fucking, next to the airstrip. I can't. Wait, is it gonna flood? Is it gonna flood where they're at? Because let me get you a good picture out. Because, like, it is a gorgeous area. It is absolutely insane that they put it there. I'm trying to get a good, like, overhead view. I saw one earlier. Because, I mean, it's just a blight in the middle of the Everglades. Oh, here, let me change to past week. I'm not seeing that overhead picture I saw. I'm not seeing a really good overhead picture. This is the area, though, here. I'm not sure. I think it's on this side. But it might be over there in that marsh area. But, like, it's right at the end of the runway. Click looks like, yeah, it's the Everglades. Wait a minute, I didn't know the airport was shut down. Well, oh, it's not an airport, it's like a landing strip, right? It's not actually an airport. But was there an airport there at one point in time? See, RB, that's a great description. A semi-tropical wetland tainted by greed. Oh, I didn't know it used to be a municipal airport. Shit. Oh, man, I wish I had weed. I might be able to scrape something up here. Let me go get something to drink. I should have made tea before the show. I'm going to have to get milk. I need milk. I go in the kitchen and Smokey like pops out. I was like, meow. What's up, Bubby? He's right there on that chair. Him and Socks over there. Yeah, I'm out. Let me see if I can. It'll take me some time to see if I can scrape some together. Well, I mean, that wetland is home to what? Several endangered species? Like, I want to say like a dozen or more. So it should have been halted due to environmental impact. Linkley says countless. I said dozens. It wouldn't surprise me. Like, we don't even know all the species that are in the wetlands. Let's see if there's something in this bong here. Justin, not in the best financial shape right now because one of the sites that I used to get work back in December when I, had the issue and had to leave North Carolina, I basically put together like a cold call kind of letter. And then I would just switch out the name, like, yeah, dear blah blah blah. It's been a while since I've done work for you. I just want to let you know, like, this is the services I offer and blah 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 blah. So I did like a bunch of I just sent out like a mass message to former clients and shit. I got flagged for spam. And they banned me for 6 months. So I'm just now able to take new work. I'm lucky that I came back on. I'm top rated. I'm like 100% job completion because I've had contracts that have continued while I was suspended. I've made thousands of dollars while being suspended, but I haven't been able to take any new work and just kind of like, I need some new gigs here. So I'm just now back to where I can take work, but I don't have everything going, and I'm a little tight at the moment. So if you want to share out that Trump tweet, get my Gibson Go going with the right wingers. Totally do that. Flash, I appreciate all your work to try to bump that up today. Even being subversive about it, like, oh, look at this libtard. You guys are the best. I said it the other night, but there might not have been many of you in here. I'm gonna miss. I'm gonna that makes it seem like I'm guaranteed some form of success that I'll get bigger. But I would miss it if I did get bigger, and we don't have this is the perfect size community for me to get to know you guys. Socialist for me to develop very weird parasocial relationships. I feel like I know you guys. And thank you for the resub on. You are amazing. Be my weird parasocial follower. Well, I mean, I probably shouldn't have moved in with the woman for probably shouldn't have moved in with the woman that I only really knew from chat. Even though we went to the same college, even though we had several mutual friends. I'm like, oh, well, it's not like she's, just some rando from my chat. No, she's really just some rando from my chat. And I shouldn't have moved in with her. Well, especially Holiday, you and DJ Dub and Flash. Not so much clinically though, because I don't have clinically on other social media sites. But I interact with you guys. Fucking, you send me messages and shit. We chat. I'll get clinically on Discord. Never mind. Because I checked in with you during hurricanes and shit. If you want to add me on anything, I'm JustinFREAKIN on everything. I'm on all the social media sites. Follow me on Truth Social. Apparently you got to pay for that now. Because Curiouser was trying to find out if my Trump truth was real or not. I was like, I guess I got grandfathered in. Fair enough. Also, I will never move in with another woman that I don't know again. I may never move in with another woman again. I say that, and then you guys are going to be like, seeing me move in with some woman like a month from now. Whoa. I'll be like, but I know her. I can do it. And for those of you that don't know if there is a baby Justin out there, they were born in 2008. So that would make them 17, right? Is that right? No. Yeah? It doesn't seem right. Know who? The woman I moved in with? That was Sassy Snicks. You guys haven't seen her in the chat in a while, have you? She and I went to the same college, and we have a lot of mutual friends. We're about the same age, and she had come by one time, and this is before like we'd ever discussed anything. This is probably like June of last year. Like, she came by and brought me like a catnip plant, and we went out to dinner, and everything was fine. She was fine, but like, she had some corporate job doing graphics. She's a graphic designer, right? And I've been looking for somebody, not necessarily like that's relationship, but that would complement my skills. Like, if I can add, badass graphic designer to my list of things I offer, and then I really need somebody that's organized and that's good at talking to clients that like people like. I'm not a likable person. I win you guys over because I do a good show. It's not because I'm a likable person. That's why when we're not doing news, my numbers go way down, because nobody wants to just sit here and bullshit with me other than like you freaks. So I was looking for somebody that can talk to clients and is a lot friendlier face. So she pops up. She had lost her job at whatever corporate job she had. And she also had a part-time job at Michael's, and they fired her from Michael's. And you may have remembered her coming into the chat sometime during the summer, late summer. And she said she got fired from Michael's. I'm like, I've known at least 5 people. Like, Michael's has fired amazing, talented people, and I talked her up. Tones.
I can't wait to have your cock in my mouth. I'm going to give you the blowjob of your life. Then I want you inside of me.
So she was scared to death that she was going to lose her apartment. And me and my landlord hadn't been on the best terms because, like, kind of late. I'll be late here and there, and I'm really nonchalant about it. I'll go buy a bag of pot instead of paying my rent, kind of deal. I'm bad about shit like that. So my landlord really not like me, but also didn't have a reason to kick me out. So it was a contentious relationship, and like I think he wanted me to be gone at the end of my at the end of my lease, which was like December. Justin is the reason landlord. Well, I mean, I didn't do it like the apartment was left in good condition. Like I didn't put oil in the drain or anything like that. I'm just, I'm a contractor and I'm kind of lazy. So she pops up and she's scared to death she's not going to be able to pay her rent. And she's the one that suggests it. She's like, I've got a spare, because I was talking about like, I've got to move. I'm blah, 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 blah. And she's like, I've got a spare bedroom. And I was like, well, let's talk about this after the show and everything. So like we discussed it. And I'm like, oh, are you good with clients? Would you want to possibly combine forces and then we can take on more clients and yada yada. And she's like, oh, that sounds really good. I was like, yeah, that's cool. Like, so I was like a month later, I moved down. And Puzzle Bitch says that he wished when he moved me there, like he knew it wasn't going to work from the time that like he met her. He said, I wish that I just told you to pack your shit and get back in my truck that day. I didn't see anything that was that bad, but it was probably like 4 or 5 days later. Well, the first thing she does is like, my parents would be so mad at me if they knew I was living with a druggie. And I'm like looking at her like, I'm not a druggie. What are you talking about? She's like, well, you smoke pot. And I'm like, you drink. That's way worse than the pot I'm smoking. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? But she called me a druggie multiple times. This is like one of the first things she said. I mean, if you want to call me a druggie, I guess. But it was kind of insulting. Like, she was always very insulting towards me. And then she, Holiday, that's what's wild. And even Curiouser was like, she's in the chat. She knew who you are. The whole thing is just like, I'm still stunned over everything that happened. I'm trying to pack a bowl. I'm getting there. And then I got stuck telling the story. Fourth, fifth day or something I was there, 6th day. She says something about like me introducing her to my clients or something. I'm like, let me back. So I had asked her in like the first Monday or Tuesday after like I'm getting back to work and shit after I'm there. I'd been like, hey, you want to come in here and look at jobs with me? And we'll apply to jobs together, and you kind of like, see how I do all these different sites and everything. And, you could, because that was one of the things that I offered her was like, you could be able to apply to jobs from my account, which has been active since 2016, is top rated, has hundreds of 5-star reviews, thousands of hours billed and shit. It's not hard for me to find work when I want it. So like, just come in here and sit down. And she always like blew me off. That she never would just come in and sit down and do work or sit with things. And then I was working on something for a client, and I needed a background. Like, I had to rotoscope the dude out and put like a static background behind her or behind him. And I asked her if she would it's something that would literally take somebody that knows what they're doing on Photoshop like 5 minutes. And it was like a job that I'm doing to get us the money. Because here's, like, when I move in with her, and I'm expecting to pay half I told her I would catch her up on her electricity, her internet, and I thought I was going to pay half the rent. After I got there, she's like, first and last month. I'm like, what? She's like, do you have first and last month's rent? And I was like, what do you mean? And she's like, when you move in somewhere, you pay first and last month. I was like, I thought I was paying half the rent with you and catching you up on your other bills. And she's like, first and last month. Like, you keep saying that. Like, you want me to pay the whole month right now is what you're saying. And she's like, yes. And I'm like, I wasn't expecting that. I can probably still pull that off. But I had to, do some work on it. So I'm doing this job. And I'm telling her about I need this photoshopped. And she's like, well, how much are you going to pay me? And I'm like, it's a simple thing. And this is like a job that's going to pay the rent. I forget about it. I'm going to do it myself. And it probably took me 30, 45 minutes, but I did a good job on it. I think I ended up using AI, and AI actually did the best job, better than I could do. But anyway, that was like the first time that I knew things were, like at that moment, that right then, I'm like, all right, I paid them, it was November, I paid for November, I'm going to live here November, December, and then I'm going to go. There's no way she and I are not going to get along. A day or two later or something, like I asked her if you want to come in here, and she turned me down again. She's like, I thought you were going to introduce me to your clients. And I was like, well, I thought you were going to come in here and, get integrated into my system and stuff. Like, and then eventually I would introduce you to my clients. She's like, no, you told me you were going to introduce me to your clients, and you've introduced me to no one. You're a liar. You're a liar, and you don't know anything about business. Justin did not take this well. Justin did not take this well at all. So I went the fuck off on her and said, listen, I have ran my own business since 2016. I've been contracting since way before then. You got fired from Michael's. So shut your mouth about not knowing about business. You don't know jack about fuck. And then she started, you need to go to anger management. You need to go to therapy. You need to go to therapy. And I'm like, bitch, one of my best friends was the chair of the psychology department at the college we both went to. I know for a fact you are weaponizing therapy language, and the first thing a therapist would tell you is that you can't diagnose somebody that you're in a interpersonal relationship with. Boy, did she, every time she tried to, trying to assert some sort of authority, dominance over me. She was raised in a really religious household. I think she's got some fucked up shit going on in her head. The buddy of mine. So, yeah, that's why things didn't work out. And then eventually, Word Lord knows all about this. Apparently, she called the cops on me and everything. Sent them a picture of my bong. By the way, in a legal state. Or decriminalized. This was North Carolina. It's not legal. You can't buy it. But it's legal to possess. It's decriminalized. So sends them a picture of my bong. She also said I apparently have body odor, but I would point to the fact that I stayed away from her and constantly had the door closed in that back room, and it was always really hot. It got really hot in there with all my electronics and the cats and everything. It got really hot in there. That's probably and I'm also a hippie that doesn't wear deodorant most of the time. Curiouser will tell you that. And I don't wear antiperspirant. I won't buy antiperspirant. I do have deodorant that I will put on. I'm a dirty stoner. I'm not. I smell good. I promise you. I wear cologne and everything. There's times I'm getting ready for the show and I'll spray myself with cologne. I'm like, I'm not going out. Why did I do that? I smell of weed and jupe. No, usually it's Clinique. No, Curve. That's what I got right now. I used to wear Happy. I've got Curve right now. So Curve's like the low everyday smell. I'm going with Curve. When I go out on a date, I wear the jupe. Yeah, where's Repentant Man? I forgot all about him, DJ Dub. Have you guys been in here when Repentant Man comes in? How many of you were in here? Was it election night when I let Sassy Snicks get on the stream? Did you guys see her? Do you remember her? That's when we were still somewhat friendly. Yeah, she was drunk. I had her come and like sit on stream and entertain you guys while I went out and smoked. So I don't know. Also, part of me thinks like she actually wanted me to put a bone in her or something, and I didn't do it. And like she was upset about that. I don't know. I don't know what the fuck women think. I have done this a couple different times, stayed with a woman, and I always think that getting in bed with them actually complicates things, but that's what they wanted me there for, apparently. I have no idea, Warlord. I think it's over. I don't think it happens tonight. I think if it passes, this passes tomorrow after they've done more finagling. See if we've got an update from Jake Sherman here. He says he's going to keep it open as long as it takes to get the majority. He's saying he will keep it open as long as it takes. And it does not look like they have the votes at all. Well, DJ W, we went over this with the Nagoose earlier. They apparently say the rules don't matter. We can just keep the vote open as long as we want. And that's what we're doing right now, keeping the vote open. Uh-oh. Ralph Norman, one of the several Republican holdouts who said he would vote against Trump's bill unless something changes, has announced that he will back it in a procedural vote and final passage. But I think he was one of the 10 that is now voted. I think people were calling him a sellout on Twitter. Oh, Jesus. I'm sorry, YouTube people. Here's what we're going to have to do. Kick, YouTube, Rumble, podcast. We're going to say goodbye to you guys. Twitch people, we're going to stay here. We're going to watch and see what happens. Don't tell them fuck you. But I'm going to put some music on. So, sorry we didn't get to more news. Oh, let's do this. Before we do that, let's do the fireworks. Oh God, we had a fireworks factory. I've got multiple things I'd really like to talk about here, but fuck, let's do the fireworks factory. I'm sorry, RB. Come over here. Join us on Twitch. You got a Twitch, I'm pretty sure. I think you've joined us over here before. Come hang out, listen to music with us, my friend. We're heading into 4th of July weekend, but fireworks already going off in California. 7 people missing.
7 people are unaccounted for after the fire and explosion at a pyrotechnics facility. It happened in Esparto, about 40 miles northeast of Sacramento.
And we've learned some fireworks shows here in the Bay Area will be impacted by this incident.
Are you guys seeing that?
Suzanne Fawn.
I gotta get the raw video.
A blast setting off a barrage of fireworks.
Oh my God, it happened in Yolo County. You only live once, fucker. Let's set off all these fireworks. Yolo County.
A blast setting off a barrage of fireworks, causing a massive blaze that led to other spot fires. CAL FIRE says this will be a lengthy investigation.
Aha, I see what you did there, RB.
Investigation. It's a very complex and ongoing incident that is not.
CAL FIRE says they're counting on drone footage to help with the investigation, but relatives of those missing in the explosion say they can't wait for answers.
We're all sick to our stomach, and we're all waiting on the information.
Carla, welcome in.
Until Saturday when I want to know today. I want to know by tomorrow.
The blast not only impacting that community, but some fireworks shows planned for the 4th. In San Jose, the Lake Cunningham fireworks show has been canceled.
I want to express my thoughts and prayers to those affected by the Yolo explosion, and our vendors were directly impacted that.
It's among the cities now scrambling to get a drone show.
We've had some last-minute unforeseen circumstances that I'm sure all of you have already heard about, and we're trying to, in the words of Apollo 16, work the problem.
Cloverdale and St. Helena in the North Bay also canceled their shows.
What do you guys think about drone shows? Have you seen any? I think they're all right.
A tragic event took place in Yolo County at the Esparto firework facility that not only destroyed the fireworks house for many communities like ours, but tragically claimed the lives of many local community members employed by the corporation. ABC 7 News checked in with several other show organizers. The fireworks show in San Francisco is not impacted. Fireworks shows at the Marin and Alameda County fairs will continue as planned. ABC 7 News talked to Sky Elements Drones. It's doing drone shows in San Pablo, Napa, and Mare Island for the 4th of July. They will also do the drone show on July 3rd at Alameda County Fair. The CEO told us he's getting numerous requests for last-minute drone shows.
Really unfortunate about that accident that happened. And we know that there's a couple of shows that are impacted by it in the community. Our team is actually talking with some of those communities to see if we can bring in a drone show, because part of that accident wiped out the supply of fireworks for some of the community shows. So we're going to see if we can help support them, and they can still have a wonderful, fantastic wow moment for their particular 4th of July celebration.
I'm Suzanne Fawn, ABC 7 News.
I don't find drone shows to be fantastic wow moments. This firework explosion that they were live on air because there was already a fire going on as the explosion happened.
And you see the black smoke, so this is not a good situation.
Okay, yeah, you can absolutely see the on the left of your screen. This is catching right now. So we just want to remind you, you're watching the KCRA 3 News at 7.
There we go.
You saw it coming. You saw it coming.
Yeah, we're fine. I don't know if you guys heard that, but that was quite intense.
We're seeing more explosions right there. And you see
I bet it shook the helicopter.
This is not a good situation.
Okay, yeah, you can absolutely see the on the left of your screen. This is catching right now. So we just want to remind you, you're watching the KCRA 3 News at 7.
There we go.
You saw it coming.
America. Fuck yeah. Quesadilla.
Yeah,
Maybe if the drone each had a lit match, it would wow me.
but that was
This wows me.
We're seeing more explosions.
This is the best fireworks show you're going to see all weekend.
And you see the black smoke, so this is not a good situation.
Okay, yeah, you can absolutely.
Also, I don't know what the schedule is yet, guys. What is the 4th is Friday.
We just want to.
They probably have a concert at the mall. So we will cover that live. You guys know, with Biden it was always Sheila E. Who knows what we're gonna get with Trump?
Yeah. We're fine. I don't know if you guys heard that, but that was quite intense.
But we'll cover whatever the 4th of July concert that the mall does this weekend. I don't know if it's Friday. It might be Saturday.
This is not a good situation.
Okay, yeah, you can absolutely see the
But we'll cover that this weekend.
catching right now. So we just want to remind you, you're watching the KCRA3.
I never did do the best of Iron Sheik. We might have to do that, but kind of the Iran thing is, it seems like it's passe now. It's 4th of July weekend. I might have to do American wrestlers.
Yeah. We're fine.
American heroes like Hulk Hogan, Kurt Angle, Cody Rhodes.
We're seeing more explosions right there.
Warlord says nah.
Smoke, so this is not a good situation.
Okay, yeah, you can absolutely.
I am a real American.
So we just want to remind you, you're watching the KCRA3 News at 7.
Michael Bay ain't got nothing on this shit.
You saw it coming. You saw it coming.
I could watch this over and over and over again. Well, I mean, I am.
Yeah. We're fine.
Yeah, what do you guys celebrate on the 4th?
I don't know if you guys heard that, but that
Is that National Defeat Day?
We're seeing more explosions.
For the Brits?
And you see the black smoke, so this is not a good situation.
Okay, yeah, you can absolutely see the on the left of your screen. This is catching right now. So we just want to remind you, you're watching the KCRA3 News at 7.
There we go.
You saw it coming. You saw it coming.
Yeah, we can go for a swim and watch the fireworks. The pool's still there.
Yeah, we're fine. I don't know if you guys heard that, but that was quite intense.
We're seeing more explosions.
All right, so there's your fireworks. But we still got one more night of news. We're doing news tomorrow night, so don't worry. I'll catch you up on everything that had been going on. Do I have video of this? Can I find video? God, I hope this is real. Here's your animal. I'm going to try to find a video of it. A cat was found pooping at the red carpet of Superman movie. Please tell me there's video. Yes! Yes! Yeah, what do you guys think? Are you excited for Superman? The cat thinks it's gonna suck. I think it's a short hair, like a short white hair cat, isn't it? I don't know, it might be hairless. I can't really tell. I think it's short white hair. Can we see better in the picture? Yeah, maybe. I don't know. It's hard to tell. It could be like a short white hair, or it might be a hairless. If I can't tell on multiple screens on a desktop, you definitely can't tell on mobile. What do you guys, are you excited for Superman? Not excited for Superman? Before Superman versus Batman, or Superman v Batman, I'm sorry, I watched the Man of Steel movie, and it's really good. I had my gripes with it, like his dad's death. Like, yeah, could have done that better, because like Superman could totally prevented that. But like, Man of Steel was good, so I got really stoked for Batman v Superman. God, did that movie suck. God, did that movie Martha, why did you say that name? YouTube people, Rumble, Kick, Podcast, go ahead, light one up, tip one back. It's all right to have a little fun before you hit the sack. I'm JustinFREAKIN. Twitch people, stick here. We're gonna stick it out with the House of Representatives, but we're gonna listen to music while we do it.